So good morning everyone, and welcome to today's study and workspace. So it's a nice time, it's a nice place to meet you all. For those that are joining from every platform you are in, so you are welcome and welcome. So for those that are joining, you can help me tap if you are in the TikTok, and you can help me share wherever, whatever platform you are in, and let us discuss how it works today. For today, me, I have a lot of work, so it will be a good time to spend a deep work time dealing with what I have to do. And I want you to bring your 3 priority tasks. Don't bring everything, because you can't do everything. No matter how strong you are, you can't finish everything. All I want you to bring is 3 priority tasks, 2 to 3 tasks that you want to achieve today, which is your priority task, which means look at those tasks and ensure that they are important, and you also look at the deadlines that you have, which means that they should also not only be important but urgent. Then you put them as number 1. So if you have such tasks like 3, and bring them to the table today. So we have 60 minutes, each 1 hour. So within that 60 minutes, we'll be using 50 for deep work time and 10 minutes of mindful break. So during the mindful break, I'll employ you to go on your break. Today you are going to stretch, do your word, do your word search, your puzzles, do your meditation during the break. 10 minutes enough for you to recharge, for you to renew your energy, because rest is very important in productivity. I can't say that enough. So I'm inviting you today to join me from now, which is 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. So we do the introduction for 10 minutes. So we are doing the introduction now. Once it's 10 minutes after 10, we are starting. So after the 40 minutes, we'll be on break. So we'll be on break every 50 minutes on top of the hour, which means if you meet us here anytime from 10 till 10:50, you will be busy, or from 11 to 11:50 we'll be busy, and you see us not speaking. That doesn't mean we are ignoring anybody. We are not ignoring anybody. We are just doing our deep work. We are training our focus, and we are training our productivity. That is how to be productive. Then if you meet us once it's 50 minutes on top of the hour, you might see us speaking, or we are on break. And for me, I normally take a long break for lunch around 1 p.m. or around 50 minutes, that's 12:50 or 1:50. So I will take my break during that time for my own stretching and for eating also. So if you are joining me, you can come with your tea, come with a healthy snack. It's very important that you keep hydrated during this time, and it's good that you train your focus so you be productive. If you have so much doing, like me, you have so much doing, you're a researcher, you have a lot of paper, that you want to publish, you have a lot of paper that you want to write, or that you sent it and you have corrections to make, like I do today, or you have your thesis to write, you have your dissertation or your project, whatever you are working on today, you can join me and let's focus on it and train our focus, because that is how to be productive. For me, because I have my work to do which earns me money, I have my own private writing, because I write books, like you can see. I write books, and I write children books and stories, and I'm also a researcher. That's officially who I am. Then behind, I am a writer, and then you look at me, I'm also a mother, which means I have a lot to do, and I have a regular job that I'm doing, which means I am very busy. But how do I manage them all? Is by planning, is by you knowing what to do the next 1 hour every day, you knowing what to do the next 2 hours. If they ask you what are you going to be doing by 4 p.m, you should know what it is. That is how to plan. What it means is not just saying I'm going to do this, do that, but you should call it name, write it down, and time block, which means you should assign time to each of them. Is very important. So today, if you haven't learned that, we'll be talking about how to time block, how to manage complex tasks, how to manage your time. Some people say it's time management, but I tell you that it's not all about time, because time is fixed, and if you waste it, it's wasted. But what is not fixed is your energy and your focus, and that is what you need to train, to know where to put it, to put your energy or focus. So today we'll be talking about that, how to be productive. Is very important. And if you're a student and you are preparing for exam, this is a space for you, and you can ask questions on maybe how to improve your grade, how to improve your retention ability, how to improve how to improve your core ability. Those are very important to students. So join me today as we work together, as we study together. For me, you see me, I'll be working, and when it is break time, I'll take my eyes off the work and I'll be chatting, or I'll be doing whatever I want to do. During my mindful break is very important to me. Mindful break, be present at work and be present in your break. That has been my goal. So make sure you are present where you are. Don't be mindless, be mindful, because some people, they are doing things, their mind is not there, they're in another place. That is how they make mistakes. Sometimes the mistakes that are very expensive, that are very costly. So let us be present in our work time and be present at work. And how do you do that? Is by you planning beforehand when to rest. So I invite you to today's work. You are welcome, and let us work till 4 p.m. Remember, it's 50 minutes of deep work time and 10 minutes of break within each hour. So we are starting now. This is 10 minutes after 10. So we'll be speaking again once it's 10:50. I wish you a very productive day. We've come to the end of this section, so it's our break time again. So if you have joined us, it's time for you to go on your mindful break, for you to stretch and chat if you have anything to chat with us. So I'm here for those that wants to chat. I will check the chat and see if there is any question on being productive, on productivity that's at work or in study, not productivity in any other way. I'm just talking about being efficient in the work that you are doing. How efficient are you in using your time? How efficient are you using your energy? How efficient are you in using your focus? Are you efficient in the work you're doing? Are you efficient in your studies? So if you have any question around that, you can put it in the chat, then we discuss about it. I'm here to talk about that. So for those that wants to go for a stretch, you can go around, stretch, roll, and maybe meditate, have your healthy snacks, and drink water, enough water, because you need it. Why you need water is because you need to be hydrated. Your brain needs that water, it needs that support, so you can't be dehydrated. Once you're dehydrated, then you won't be functioning normally. You know, even your body will be telling you that you're uncomfortable. So drink water for your own health and for your own productivity, and take breaks. So don't play with your break. It's very important. The best time to rest, the best time to take a break is when you are not yet exhausted, because once you're exhausted, you are already in the recovery mode, and that is not where you want to be. That is where nobody wants to be. You want to be strong at all times. So when do you take your break? Is still when you are not exhausted, when you are not tired, you take your break. And how do you know that time? The best thing to do to know that time is for you to plan your break even before you start the work. So plan to take a break in between job. Smart break, smart work. That is how it works. If you don't take break when you ought to take your break, your body is going to take that break, your eyes is going to take the break, your mind is going to take break on you, and you know what will be the outcome of it? Mistakes, and slow in making decision, and so many things might go wrong from there. So take break when you ought to take the break. Is part of you being productive. It's only people that understand, people that are wise, knows that break is very important. So take power break, take power nap, take short breaks, and when it is time for you to take long breaks, like taking break on going for a leave to rest, then take it. Also, you need to also check when you need to retire. Also, those are break time. So because the most important factor in you being productive, the most important factor in your success story is still you. So take care of you. Is very important. Take care of yourself. Are you at work watching me now? Are you walking around? Are you at home? I want you to plan your rest, plan your break times. If you're getting a new job, you're just signing up for a new job, ask your manager, do you have break time that I should take notice of? And they will know immediately that yes, you take your break serious, and that will show that yes, you have your boundaries. People think is saying yes to everything that makes you a good person. Being a nice person is not the real thing. Is for you to be principled, is for you to have integrity, is for you to do your job according to the goal that brought you there. That is the best thing to do for you to be productive. And for you to be productive, you need to plan your work, you need to plan your rest. It's very important. You need to plan your joy. So don't trade any one of them for anything. If you trade your work time, one day you are going to get fired, or you are not going to get paid, or maybe you won't have work to do, and you can't pay your bills. Then if you trade your break time, you trade your rest time, you are going to you're not going to work well, you're not going to be productive, because you will be dull, you will do so many mistakes, you will take so many should I say unplanned breaks, like being sick, like your memory zooming off on you while you are still working, and you see yourself chatting and scrolling through the social media. Those are breaks that you did not plan. So why not plan it and say, okay, between this time and this time I'm going to take a break. And once your mind knows, once your brain knows that you are taking time, you are going to take time off to rest, it will focus more. That is how human brain was made. Even in the Bible, we are commanded to rest. So rest is very important for your productivity. So if you must be productive, if you want to be productive, if you want to work for a very long time in life, then you need to learn how to take short rest. You need to learn how to take short breaks. You need to learn how to focus. You need to learn how to plan your work and plan your rest. That means in the morning, as you're leaving, as you're coming up in the morning, if you're here when I started, you see every morning when I'm starting, I'm going to introduce what we are going to do, and I will factor in the break times. Is very important to us. That is being mindful, and you have already put it in. You time block it as if it's part of your work, it's part of you being productive actually, because every car, everything that you use as a machine, they all need recharging or they need fuel. Just like your brain, which is the biggest machine ever, and it's a living one, so it needs food and it needs rest. That is how it will recharge. Then if you did not recharge it, you can see what will happen. Confusion sometimes you see people having brain fog, some people are having some breakdown that you don't even know where it is coming from, and at the end you see people having some mental problem with memory decline. That is not what you want. So you need to be active and also have enough rest. So balance is the key. You need to find where the balance lies between your rest and your work time. So if you're working, maybe you're working in an institution. Most institutions, I know, they have break time. Back home they will say, oh, but I know that we had break time, and for me, I used to take it around 1. I will tell you, okay, that during that time I'm having my lunch, because I still understand that yes, I am the most important factor in this success story. No matter the success you are chasing, no matter what you want to achieve, no matter what level you want to get to, you must be there to get to it. So why not take care of yourself? Why not take care of your immediate needs? Why not take care of your mind? Take care of your rest. You need that rest, because you need this rest to be healthy. You need this rest to be productive. You need this rest for your brain to be active. Then take it. It's very important that you plan it and take it. And don't wait till you are exhausted, when you can no longer stand, when you can no longer walk, and you're already typing or you are reading, you're getting confused. That is going to waste more resources than profiting you. So take rest when you ought to take it. Plan your rest from the beginning. And why will I tell you that your rest is very important to your memory? Is because your long-term memory is developed when you are rested. When you sleep, your brain will take things from your short-term memory to your long-term memory, and that is why you must sleep. That is why you must rest. It's very important. So take it serious and schedule it. Even if you don't have the time, you just have to create it. Don't always run on should I say survival mode for days. You are running on survival mode. You are doing overtime every time. You are trying to survive. You are not resting. That is not the place to be for a human being. So no matter how long it takes, create time to rest, because you need to be you still need to be on this earth to get that success. So don't take it for granted. In the morning when you wake up, plan your work and plan your rest and plan your joy. And your joy are those things that makes you happy. Your joy are those things that makes you smile. When you smile, you have this hormone, the dopamine and the rest of them, that to make you feel that you are in the right place. It makes you feel comfortable, and it makes you to think better. So don't always be in survival mode. Just check yourself. When last did you laugh? When last did you smile? When last did you take mindful break? Remember that you need to be present in your break, which means as you're going to that break, you don't need to take all the works that you did not finish and say, oh, let me go and finish it. You're on break and you are answering this call and they are all about work. No, that is not break. That is not how to take break. For you to take break, you need to free your mind from those things that are bothering you. You might be thinking about it because you're human, but you don't need to take those fire and go to break. You're drinking the tea, you're trying to mark this, you're trying to check that. That is not break. And you don't go home and say, okay, this is the end of the job. You've worked for 12 hours already. You are going home and they are calling you, oh, can you do this? And can you do that? That is not break. When you are on break, let your manager, let your colleagues, those that you are working with, let them know that, yes, you are off work and off duty. So take that time to rest your mind. Take that time to gain your energy back. That will help you to gain the clarity that you need, because clarity is the fuel that you need to arrive at where you want to go. That's the shortest distance actually. When you are clear on what you want to achieve, it makes it easier. And how do you gain clarity? You don't gain clarity when you are, should I say, clouded. You are submerged in work. You can't gain clarity at that point in time. So you need to separate yourself from work sometimes to gain that clarity. So take your rest time serious. We have come to the end of this break time. We are back to our sprint time. So it's a sprint. So we walk deep walk time for 50 minutes. Tell your brain that yes, you're walking for 50 minutes, and oh brain, you are going to get a rest for 10 minutes, and you will see how fast your brain will work. You see how efficient you become. So learn to walk in short sprints is very important. So we'll be speaking again once it's 11:50. So I wish you a very productive 50 minutes for those that are working with us, and those that are not here yet, you can invite them, especially students and researchers, and let's work and see how much we achieve. I know why they are bringing this. So we've come to the end of this section, and this is the second section of our deep work. So we are doing really well. So this is 1 hour 15 minutes done. So it is time for our mindful break. This is 11:50 as promised. I will be reminding you this is a space for accountability, a place where we work and we take the right time to rest and we relax. And during the time of break, I will always remind you to be present in your break. It's very important that you're present in your break. Don't take the walk along. Don't go around trying to finish before going on break. No, the right time to take that break is when you plan to take it. So take it right now, because this is the break time. This is 11:50 and we have 10 minutes of mindful break. During this break, you can do things that stimulates your brain, things that makes you happy. These are the things that you can do. You can take a power nap, also just resting, or you meditate, or you pray. If you are a Christian, it's a time for you to renew your energy. It's a time for you to regain your focus and your clarity. It's very important. To rest is important. Not many people preach about rest, but they will always tell you how to work and be productive, how to plan your work, how to manage your workload. But many people don't remember to remind you to take a rest. It is very important. It's part of you being productive. It's part of the work life. So if you must work productively, if you must be efficient in your work, then you must take rest. It's very important. Being productive is not just about doing much. It's not about doing many. It's not about doing more. It's about you doing it effectively and doing valuable works. It's not just you, okay, you can do more, you can do this, but all of them have done, all of them not good quality. That is not how to be efficient. So you need to be efficient, and for you to be efficient, like machines, they will take, there are downtime and there are times that you have to put it off so it will rest or it will pack up. So the same thing that happens with your brain, you also need to give your brain rest. You also need to feed your brain some food. These are the ways that the brain will renew and regain the energy back, and your brain uses energy. Many people don't even think about that oh, you know, when they want to carry their load, or when they want to run, they say, okay, I need energy, but they don't know that their brain uses a lot of energy. If you're using your brain to think, you are writing, you are studying, you are publishing your papers, you're a researcher, you're a teacher, you are a doctor, whatever you do with your brain, it takes a lot of energy. So you need to give it time to renew. You need to rest, because it's the rest that will give you that time to recharge. Is to give you the time to give your brain the energy to come back and be effective. So it's very important. So let's look at the enemies of your productivity. That's what I want to talk about now, the enemies of our productivity. I know that many of us, we must have known one or two of them, and maybe you don't really know how it affects you. But let's look at your focus. Lack of focus is the enemy of productivity. And what exemplifies lack of focus is when you want to do everything, you know. James will come and tell you, okay, it's happening this way, you go. Then Mary will be this other way. Oh, it's this way that they are doing it, you go. You have no focus. You go from a pillar to post. You walk around. You talk everywhere. Your energy is everywhere. It will scatter your energy. It's going to scatter the work. It's not going to allow you to be productive. You know, multitasking looks like a very fanciful thing. You know, many people used to say, oh, I multitask. I tell them that it's okay, but it won't give you the productivity you need, because your brain will be paying for it. Your brain will have to lose some momentum as you move from job to job, from task to task. So if you have joined me, please, you can tap and invite others during the break time. We are chatting. Is very important. So you need to focus. You need to do one thing at a time. That is how to be productive. That is the best thing that you can do for yourself to be productive, is for you to do one thing at a time. When you put deep focus, you're going to get deep work out. You're going to get a deep output or deep results. So if you're a student, when it is time, it doesn't mean that you don't have every other aspects of life, which means you should time block, put them in blocks, and okay, between this time and this time, this is what I'm doing. Not when you are reading, you are checking your social media, you are reading, you are trying to answer call, you are reading. Is distracting, and it's not going to help you get the good quality work you want out of what you're doing. So you need your focus. Especially, I don't know how many of us that are feeling that, oh, we are busy. You are busy from morning till night. They call you, so I'm very busy. But when you look at yourself, what are you busy about? You can't tell about it. And it's not looking like you are very efficient. It's not looking like you're doing more than you should do. So what you lack is focus. It's not just that you are busy. It's not just that you are working, that you are being productive, but you lack focus. And once you lack focus, your productivity is going to drop. No matter what you do, it will drop, because you are sharing your energy everywhere. Your focus is everywhere. You will see yourself producing half work here, half work there, half there, uncompleted work, uncompleted projects everywhere, which will distract you even more. So that is not the best. So remember, every distraction divides your dream into smaller pieces, and it will take you time to glue it together, because you are trying to carry them all, you are trying to do them all, but you have it everywhere. You want to focus on this, you want to focus on that, it will drain your energy. You see people having mental fatigue is because their focus is everywhere. They are focusing on everything. They are mentally tired. They are busy. But you are busy, you see yourself, you're working from morning till night. Sometimes you're not even sleeping, which makes things worse. And then you are not producing the results to show that this is how busy you are. You should also have that amount of money or that amount of accolade or whatever the reward is. But you're seeing yourself busy but not having equivalent outcome. That means your focus is everywhere. So you need to gather your focus together. And how do you do that? Is for you to prioritize your task every day. You start from day to day and prioritize every month and say, okay, within this month, this is what I'm doing. With the next month, I'm doing this. Okay, the next 1 year, this is what I want. And you focus on it. It will not make you not to get other things, but it will make you to produce a better work. So try to prioritize. It's very important, and you need to work your focus. You need to take those big chunk things that are looking very big. You need to focus on each block, break it in blocks and focus on each block. You say, okay, today I'm focusing on this, tomorrow I'm doing this, or maybe within the next 2 hours, that's the way to go. But many people don't understand it. They think, oh, he's doing everything. You want to write now, you're doing your research, you're doing this, you can do all of them, but time, block it. Put time to it and tell yourself, okay, between this and this time I'm doing this. If you are selling, or maybe you are a student and you have a business, put time, okay, between this time and this time I'm doing this. And I did that even during my undergraduate days, even without knowing what it was called. It was so relaxing. You will see yourself having free time and doing even more than those that you think that they are busy, because they are busy doing everything, and at the end they are doing almost nothing. So don't be like that. Put your focus on one thing at a time. Is very important. One job, one task at a time. Each day, get 3 tasks. Don't make it many. 3 tasks that you want to achieve, 3 things that you want to achieve, and time block it. Put time on them each. I say, okay, between this time and this time I'm doing this. And you can even break it down and say, okay, within 30 minutes I'm writing the introduction. Okay, within 30 minutes I'm making the plans. So that is how to go about it. It's very important. So your focus will give you deep results. If you focus deeply on anything, it's going to bring out whatever you put your focus on is going to magnify. But if you put your focus on everything everywhere, then is distraction, is not focusing. So you won't get anything out of it. So learn to focus, learn to divide your task and focus on one task at a time. Don't bring everything multitasking, no matter how attractive it looks, no matter how productive it looks. You are going to be paying some deficit, because you will lose momentum going from this. It's just like you trying to start 200 cars at a time, and okay, you drive this one to this, you come and drive this, you will not make any headway. It's just that way. So learn to focus, learn to do one thing at a time. It's very important. And learn to rest in between, like we are doing now. During our break time, we do a mindful break, we chat. If there is any chat in the box, I'll talk about that. If there isn't, then I will just talk about this productivity or talk to students. So if you're a student, if you're a researcher, you are working with us here, and you are struggling on how to manage the task you have, because it's a lot of things. You need to write, you need to go for field work, you have a lot to do. So you can join us and let's work together and put our focus together. Our mind works better in short sprints. So we'll be talking about the enemies of productivity. So you check your own life and see what you're not getting right and work on it. You see yourself producing results. When you focus on one, you bring out the result. Focus on another, you bring out the result. Not everything 200 things at a time. You can't do that. It's not easy. You can't be cooking, eating, doing everything at the same time. You will not finish. You keep having half job, incompleted job. So we have come to the end of this break time. It's time for our deep work again. So if you are joining us, please remember that during the deep work you need to reduce every distraction. That means notification calls and all those things that are not very important to you during this time. You have time for it. You have 10 minutes every 1 hour, and you will have time after 4 o'clock to do what you want to do. So during this deep work time, put your mind to it, put your focus to it, and reduce the mental burden you have, because it's very important for your health. it's time. It's our break time again. So if you are working with me, it's time for your break. You can go on your break, and for those that will be sitting, we'll be chatting about because yeah, we'll take a little break, maybe around 1 or before 2. I will be chatting about productivity and the enemy of your productivity. There are some of the enemies that we know and people are very conversant with, and many people tend to ask, why am I not progressing? Why haven't I achieved this? Why haven't I done that? But the truth of the matter is that most times we are busy but not efficient. We are just busy, and every day you wake up, you are working, at night you're tired, and at the end you ask yourself, what have I achieved? Most times you haven't achieved much, but you are tired every day. Every day you are at work, you are busy from one thing to the other. And the last break we talked about focus, and there I was telling you that focus is one thing that you need to be productive. Focus is something that you must should I ingrain in your mind if you want to be productive, because you are not going to be productive when you are all over the place. Your energy is everywhere, your focus is everywhere, you are distracted, you are everywhere doing everything. Excuse me, let me just use a few minutes to close the window. It's raining heavily now. It's raining. I didn't even know it would rain like that. So we are back to what we are discussing, how to improve your productivity. So you should guard against these enemies of productivity, which are very common and people don't notice still. Don't notice it. Before you know it, 1 year is gone. They say, oh, I'll achieve it by the end of the year, and this is the end of the year and they are still struggling. It's because, one, they lack focus. So let me check if there is any, let's check if there is any chat, any question, then which I will answer. I'm checking from every group to see if there is anything that we need to answer. Okay. Yeah, so it's been good, really. So let's just let's keep on discussing. So the second thing I'll be talking about is procrastination, and this is a well-known time killer. You know, they say the waste time is going to waste your productivity. But what is this procrastination? Some people will think it's because the person is lazy, or they think that the person is less intelligent, or the person is this or that. But procrastination is all about fear. Most times, you know, it's not going to be shouting and say, oh, just leave it, and you will do it later. It will whisper, you can just leave it now, later you do it. But the truth of the matter is, by the time you look back, you see that the later has turned to never. And that is why procrastination is something that you should fight against. Don't always wait to get it right. Don't always wait till you are skilled. It will be telling you, oh, you might not get it right now, you don't have the skill to do this, you don't have this, or you will need to do this, you will have to. You know, some people are waiting to be musicians, and what they are waiting for is like £1 billion investments on microphone, on this, on that. So they want to start and they are waiting for that. That is procrastination. Those that started, ask them. They did not start because they have everything together. They did not start because everything is working. They did not start because all the capital, everything, the skill is there. They started because they have to start. So you just need to start instead of waiting. And because why you wait, you'll be thinking about it, and the more you think about it, the heavier the duty, the heavier the road, the heavier that work, the task is becoming. And before you know it, you have this guilt. Oh, I've not done this, I should have done that. Especially for those for us researchers, if you're doing your PhD, you know, you think you have enough time. Okay, 3 years, you have this, you do that. Before you know it, it's creeping in, and before you know it, you'll be feeling guilty, or you are distracted. It's okay, I will do it later. Oh, let me do this other one, I will do it later. The more you do that, the longer it will take you to achieve what. So why don't you just start? And how do you do it? Is to start little. Start from where you are. Start from where you, or what you are doing. Let's use this illustration. You want to be a singer, and yeah, you don't have money for a good microphone. You don't even have money for your airtime. Why don't you just come outside and maybe go to the marketplace and all those places that are free and ask, oh, can I sing? And maybe after 2 or 3 times and being consistent, and you will see yourself achieving what you want to achieve. You wouldn't know when you achieve it, but if you did not even start, that is the biggest failure. So you need to start. Some people are afraid of failing, they're afraid of not making it perfect, they're afraid of this, they're afraid of that, and they will never start. That is what procrastination is all about. It's fear, it's not laziness. And the more you procrastinate, you say, I will do it later, most times it will be never, and you might not complete it. So that place you are, at the point you are, start whatever you need to start and start doing it. Don't procrastinate, don't wait for later, because there is never any time that is free. That later also have something that you could have used it to do. So start now and start doing what you ought to do. So don't procrastinate. It's not going to help you, rather it will make you feel guilty. You are procrastinating. Okay, I should have I planned doing the introduction today, I plan doing this, I plan doing that, and it's telling you you can wait, you will do it later, why not? And the more you do that, you start feeling guilty. And when you start feeling guilty, you start being stressed about it. So the thinking is even heavier, is even more stressful than starting it, than doing it. Most times what we are afraid of doesn't really happen. Most times what you are afraid of is even afraid of you. Why don't you start with boldness? Just start what you have to do and start doing it. You don't need to be a professional. You can become a professional while doing it. You don't need to know it, or you will learn it as you are doing it. So start. It's better you start. Oh, I can't apply for this. There are so many things. If you need a reason to fail, I can tell you, I can assure you, you have a million, you have a billion reasons why you shouldn't do what you are doing. So why don't you start where you are? Start is very important. So don't procrastinate, and don't wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. Don't wait for all the should I say the capital, the investment. Don't wait for it. You might wait forever, because you don't always have it. Nobody always have it together. Those that made it, they started where they are. So don't procrastinate. That is the enemy of your productivity. Your enemy might be focus. You are lacking focus. You are everywhere doing everything. Your enemy might be procrastination. And today, just check yourself and see, are there things that you are procrastinating? Are there things that you are saying, oh, I'll wait. Okay, I will do it maybe when I will do it in 2 days. But when this one happen, I will do it. That's procrastination. You might end up never doing it. So you don't wait till everything is it's just like happiness. You don't wait till what you want happens before you are happy. Choose to be happy. It's a choice. You can decide to be happy now, even though it's looking like the hell is let loose, you can still be happy. The same thing, even though what you are waiting for to start that project, to start that discussion is not happening, start from wherever you are. It's very important. So start. Don't procrastinate. The more you procrastinate, the heavier the task become, because you'll be thinking about it, and the more you think about it, you start feeling guilty about it. Before, from guilt, now you are stressed about it. The stress of procrastination is even worse than starting it or doing the job. Most times those things you're afraid of, you see yourself when you are doing it, say, oh, I didn't even know it will get to this, and before you know it, you finished it. That is how it works. So start wherever you are. Start little. Start, and if it is overwhelming, maybe it's something that when you look at it, it's too big, it's too many, I can't achieve this, or they've given you a task of 5 years. You know, when you have a task that you have to do in 5 years, many people get overwhelmed. The only thing you can do is to learn to time block, is to learn to break this job into manageable chunks. You can do that with many apps. There are some apps that can help you break it into that, and there are some you can do for yourself, which is what me I use, the Gantt chart. So you put the Gantt chart, and for me, I don't only put in the Gantt chart the tasks, I put all the things I have to do, even personal life, in that Gantt chart, so I don't don't miss any of those important things that I have to do. So chart your life and start. Don't procrastinate. Whatever that is making you to say, oh, I will do it later, say no immediately. That is, say you do it later, start doing it immediately, and you'll see you overcome it. So let's go back to our work now. This is 1 p.m. and it's time for us to do our deep work. 50 minutes of deep work, and then we go on our break, our mindful break. So during the deep work time, be present in your work time, and be present, focus, and reduce every distraction. And then during the break time, be mindful of your break and be present in your break. So I'm going back to my work now. For the next 50 minutes, we'll be working on it, and I'll call you back once it's 1:50. So we'll go back to the break and continue our discussion. So if you have anything you want to ask about being productive as a human being, that's managing your own energy and your focus, and being productive as a student, as a researcher, please, you can put it down there. If you want to chat on how you can manage your Gantt chart, or how you can break your tasks into manageable chunks, we can discuss that also. So speak to you again once it's 1:50. So we've come to the end of this section. This is another break time. You can stand, stretch, walk around, meditate if you have to. You go for your prayers. You can rest now. This is your break time. So it's a time of rest. It's time for you to be present in your break. It's very necessary that you are present in your break. You don't just go on break and you have every load on you. That means you still have the work you are doing. That is not break. Remember that your break is part of you being productive. It's part of you being wise, because it takes a wise man to know that yes, he should rest. Though they will pay you more if you do more work, but what happens with your health, what happens with your mentality, what happens later? Even if you're paid, you need to be alive to eat it. You need to be healthy to enjoy it. Because if you end up breaking down because you overworked or you have over-labored yourself, then you find out that no, whatever you achieved with that little time that you would have used for your break is a waste of time. It's a waste of everything good. So it's time for you to take your break. Take your break. When it is time for you to rest, rest. When it's time for you to go home, go home. It's very important. So don't think that, oh, I can do a little more. Oh, let me just finish this one. Once I finish this one, I'll go on break. No. Work will never end. Work will never stop. Just like human needs. You know, in economics, we are taught that human need is insatiable. But another thing that is not, you cannot fully finish is task. Is work, is duty. It's always bound to be there. Once you're alive, there will always be something for you to do. There will always be work coming, people calling, so many things. So put that boundary and know when to take a time off to rest. Know when to take a rest. Know when to walk away is very important. Know when to lie down. Know when to close your eyes. Those things comes with discipline. So you need to be disciplined about it. It's very important that you are disciplined, and let your colleague, let your neighbor, let those people that will call you, those that will like you to do a little more, know that yes, this is my time of rest. This is my time to relax. This is my time. So take your rest serious. Your break time is a time for you to recharge. It's time for you to get your energy back. It's time for you to gain clarity. It's time for you to gain focus. It's very important. And we'll be talking about the enemies of your productivity. We talked earlier about focus, and we've talked about procrastination. So the next one we are talking about is the opposite. Should I say the opposite, or maybe the other part of being focused is distraction. In the world we are in now, we have so many distractions, things that can take your mind off, things that will make you to think that you are still here, but you don't know that you've traveled like 200 miles away. When you have your internet on, you have the notifications, just a little, oh, let me check the email, oh, this notification, let me answer this call. You are distracted and you are working, you are reading, you see yourself on Facebook, you see yourself on Instagram, you see yourself on TikTok, you see yourself everywhere. Those things, they can distract you. So it's good you put time on them. It's not like you're not going to visit them. They're all important. It's part of life. That is the life we are in now. So you still grow your page, you still grow yourself, you still make friends online. Those are important. But notice that if you are feeling overwhelmed, you are feeling tired, you are feeling that you are too busy, and you are not seeing equivalent results or outputs, then what you are lacking is focus, which means you are distracted. So it's time for you to gather yourself together and refocus. Distraction will not tell you, it will not just come and tell you, oh, that I'm taking your mind off. It will just slip in. Before you know it, you are out, and what are you doing now? You are browsing or you are checking notification. That is how distraction comes. It's not the best when it comes to productivity. So minimize distraction is very important, and minimize procrastination. And how do you do that? We talked about you starting immediately. Remember that you can start small. It doesn't need to be perfect. So ditch that perfectionism. It's not always, there is nothing perfect. If another person sees it, this other person might say, oh, it's very good, and one thing another person will say is very bad. This one will say, oh, it's manageable. So that is just life for you. So wherever you are, you start small, and make sure to celebrate every win, every achievement. It's not like you are waiting to get the certificate before you start celebrating. If you ask yourself that, oh, today you've tasked yourself, I'm going to be completing the introduction, I'm going to read this, and you're able to finish that book, please celebrate it. Even if it is just a little, pat yourself on the back and tell yourself that you did well, and maybe praise yourself that you did well for every little achievement. Because if you reward yourself, you see yourself doing more. It's not all about rewarding another person or waiting for another person to reward you. You can take yourself out, you can go and enjoy yourself because you have accomplished what you want to do. So celebrate every little win is very important. We are talking about what would distract you or what will take away from your productivity. So the enemies of productivity that we have discussed today are three already. One is focus, that's lack of focus. The second one is procrastination. The next one is distraction. So it's just the quiet thief of your time, the quiet thief of your energy. Your time is 24 hours. You can make use of it and have enough time. Nobody has extra time on earth. We all have 24 hours. So make use of your 24 hours. Avoid distraction. All those notifications that keep popping up and telling you, oh, you can check this, or you can build. Once you start getting distracted, you are reading, you go and check that, your mind will go off it. It will need to refocus again. So it takes time to refocus. It's just like you are driving now. Each time after you drive, every 1 minute you stop, you are going to lose speed. So that is what distraction does to us. So avoid distraction when you want to do deep work like we are doing here. When you see us using this Pomodoro section, 50 minutes of deep work means that we reduce distraction, we focus, we put our mind and our energy on the task at hand. And during the break, like we are chatting now, you see me talking, I can check whatever notification, if there is any message anybody has sent. That's the time for me to check it. I have 10 minutes. Like I've been standing, you can stand, you can stretch. During that 10 minutes is your time. And your mind works better that way. You don't tell your mind not to be distracted if you don't take a break. If you never took any break, your mind will be distracted. There is no way you can work 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours at a stretch without distraction if you did not take a break. That's a lie. You might be thinking, oh, you are working, before you know it, you'll be paying for it, because now your decision making speed will reduce. It's going to affect how fast you think. It's going to affect how fast you store information. It's going to affect your concentration, your focus. So it's good you take break in between. It's very important. So you plan your break. If you want to work and improve your focus, you want to improve your ability to produce good results, then you must plan your break. It should be part of your life. It should be part of your work life. Are you in the office? Maybe you haven't known that, oh, they take break in this office. Ask, do you have break time, or should I take break time? What time is my break time? And take it. If you have break time, make sure to use it. And during that time, you can use it for meditation, you can use it to rest, you can just use it to do activities that will help you think, activities that makes you relax, not the things that will drain you more. Not when you are going on your break, you are carrying much more load. Maybe the files you didn't finish, maybe the analysis you couldn't finish, you have it as you are eating, you are doing it. That is multitasking. It's not very productive as it seems. It's very attractive, but it's not productive. So let's learn to focus and do one thing at a time and avoid distraction, avoid procrastination. That thing that will tell you, oh, you can do it later. Tell yourself it's fear, and I know it's fear. So if you haven't known that procrastination is just fear, know it today that it comes from fear. That's the root of it, because you might be afraid, oh, maybe I don't know if I'll have everything I need to do it. Can I do it well? Or can I do it now? Okay, let me just take a little more time. That fear will creep in. Before you know it, that little or later will mean never. So start from where you are and reduce distraction. Don't allow those thieves of time to come to you. Distraction and procrastination, they are not your best friend when it comes to productivity. So, and focus on one thing. Don't be distracted. Don't do multitasking. You know those multitasking, I can do this one. If you want to know those that are doing multitasking, okay, check if their brain work in two ways. They are working with this hand, different thing, and that's the only way. And I don't know how many people that can do that. But now you use one brain, you are jumping from here, you are checking notification, you are answering call, you are typing, you are doing this. it is a lot of distraction, so avoid it. We've come to the end of this break time. Is another deep focus hour for reading. If you are reading, and for those that are hearing me, because I know that they are physically joining, please, it's time to read, it's time to study. Pick up your studying paper or book or whatever you're studying with, and I want to see what you are working on. If you are joining me online, please be accountable to yourself and get the task done when it is time for the deep work. And when it is time for break, oh, you can jump and walk and do whatever you want during that time. Is your time for energy, but now is the time for a deep work. So if you see us not speaking, it means we are doing a deep work, and that is what we are starting now. And we'll speak again once it's 2:50. And I wish you a very productive 50 minutes again.